Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Skolldir Showdown. It's time for another game of how many ways can I say pyro cheese? Joining with me today is pyro cheese.
This is a motorboat over there or something like that. But yeah, I'm Pyro Cheese. Do not pronounce my name like that. I will take offense to it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, glad to be here. We're doing the Skolldir Showdown today. Continuing on with casting this today. Very excited to be here. Glad that you invited me.
I'm glad that you let me invite you. Is that like that? I don't know. But
Don't quit your day job.
one of these players is about to get fired from their day job, though. It's Niki versus Body Hunter, the story of two teammates who taking Awesomenauts Rumble's original mainline tournament together by storm and taking the competitive scene for a complete shock, just cutting through ALWB. It's their dream matchup. The two BFFs. I don't know if they'll take offense to me calling them BFFs. But they are our next opponents. Type who you think is going to win into the chat. Either Niki wins both, Body Hunter wins both, or they tie. So you have until we transition to the gameplay to get your guesses in, and for the entire set between these guys. And if you guess correctly, you will be eligible for a piece of DLC after the match. We already know these players. We know that they've been on the same team for quite a bit, and recently they did have their friendship turn into rivalry in the ALWB Galactic Warfare tournament, where Body Hunter actually managed to, after at a 2-0 disadvantage in a best of 5, bring it to 3-2 versus Niki and take the win. And now it's it might be the opportunity for Niki's revenge, basically. It's like this is what happens when you cross the line. And these guys know, not only are they great players and know each other's great, they are familiar with the inner thinkings, of each other. They're on the same team together, they talk strategies together, they know each other's mindsets, and they know how they approach things in order to win them. So I think the particular paradigm of mind games between these two gentlemen are going to be particularly interesting compared to everyone else's.
I agree with that mentality, both because, one, even if they weren't on the same team, they are very, very familiar with the competitive scene, which, for everyone else, I don't know if they have. Starsan, very, very good Skolldir player, but like you're mentioning, not really involved with the competitive scene, save for last year's Skolldir Showdown. But Niki and Body Hunter have always been consistently involved in competitive and on the same team, so like you're saying, they know the machinations that are going on in their minds, not only because they just play with each other often, but they do talk strategy, they do talk in a competitive way, which not that you don't see that very often, but that it is something that I think is a little bit more rare, just because, I myself am on a quote-unquote team. Really, we're just a bunch of friends who hang out all the time and play this game together, but we don't really talk strategy very often. We don't talk very competitively. We know each other and how we play just because of time and experience with each other, but these guys, they get more into the nitty-gritty of like, you know what, I'll capitalize on how you do this, or you know what, you play this certain way, I'll try to play to those strengths, or hey, I actually think that this would be better for myself to do in this situation when you are involved, things like that. So they have a little bit more, they're a little bit more in tune with each other's kinds of processes and thoughts on certain situations and how they go along. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays a role into this.
I pretty much agree with how you said it. You pretty much nailed it and kind of described the different players' mentalities and how the particular, I guess, category of mentalities that Niki and Body Hunter can impact the match. So with that said, I am at the 23-second mark. Would you like to give us a countdown, my friend?
It sounds like a good idea. Let's go ahead and get this going in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off. There's the taunts, and there they go. Going in. There's the quake. There's the throw. Niki going in for blood. Right out of the gate. Barely taking any damage. Already just regened it off. Body Hunter going in. Missing the throw. He's going to find the quake. He's not landing the third punch. He's getting beat up pretty bad here. Niki manages to actually drop down beneath the platform. I thought he was going to get choked up on the the little stun, so to speak, whenever you reach into the reach down on the platform, and dips down below. Gets the first blood. full HP. Not looking good for Body Hunter so far. And there's going to be a throw. Oh my gosh.
Right off the edge. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I was going to say that you can always sort of tell how the match is going to go based on the first blood mechanic. You know, who gets the first kill definitely is important, but how the other person actually comes out of that fight is, if not equally, more important than that, because in this case, Niki actually came out full health, you know. Going into the next fight, being able to go full health absolutely is an advantage for sure. When, you know, you already have that, you know, going back to the mind games, you already have the kill under your belt. You know, the other person might not be as confident because it's like, oh wow, I'm already down. But to actually see the other person, depending on how much health they have, definitely plays a factor into how you want to play the next bout on your next life, I should say.
Indeed. And
Body Hunter going to be able to pick up a kill right there on Niki finally. That's going to make it 3-1, still in Niki's favor, but, you know, that's not, at least not going to be a complete shutout, which, you know, for a second it looked like it was going to be. Niki's pretty dominant so far, and I don't think that's so much of a stretch to say.
Well, here's the situation we haven't seen so far. Body Hunter just, I was about to say, they both with throws. We haven't seen the situation where both players have screwed up right in front of each other. I don't know how this can come back. Body Hunter just completely freaks out, though. I think he, like, tries to out-mind game Niki, and he ends up just staying still and just, like, giving Niki free punches. And Niki's like, well, okay, if you say so.
Yeah, Niki in that situation just got a free full chain, which, you know, one of the things too, I think that people also generally underestimate is actually the little punches from Skolldir. You know, the third punch, you know, obviously the most powerful and the most useful in terms of utility as well as just raw damage. But the little punches combined actually come out to be roughly, if not exactly, equal to the amount of damage as the big punch. You know, you don't get a stun, you don't get a heal off of it, but just when it comes to raw DPS, I think a lot of people underestimate the capability of those little punches, especially because a lot of people don't take those into mind, as well as them being a little bit less predictable as well, because they come out a little bit faster, as well as, you know, like I said, just being a little bit of a monkey wrench in the whole situation.
Indeed. Oh, nice quake coming out on the Body Hunter right there. It's not what he needed, and he is flabbergasted at what to do. Like, the arm, when your arms are flailing the opposite direction, it actually looks like he's just running like, oh my god, get me out of this. And that's nearly the situation he was in, but then somehow, while I'm just like not paying attention, making dumb jokes, picks up the kill on Niki. I'm not sure how. I'm not gonna pretend that I wasn't in my own zone for a couple seconds. Niki going out, trying to find the revenge, tries to stun lock mob, not gonna find it. Now he's in a bad situation. Body Hunter's gonna whiff the throw though, and does not protect the jump pad that Niki wanted to take. Niki took the right, Body Hunter took the left. Just as simple as that. Gnome's drowning for days. Just
yeah. I feel like
the
that
red
would
one drowned, the blue one won in to save him. The blue one is a water type, so he can go in the water to save the fire one.
Yeah, definitely blue has the advantage right here, unless you're talking about Link Breath of the Wild, because apparently ice is super effective against fire in that game. Defies all logic by what we've come to be accustomed to, but, you know, they can do whatever they want, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I won't play that because I only play and cast realistic games, though.
Yeah, like Awesomenauts.
Yeah, like Awesomenauts. Now they're gonna be trading the third punches here and the stuns that they're going for. Ooh, dang!
Not even gonna be able to jump there. I felt like he was in jumps, or I don't know, whatever.
Two in a row.
No, not quite, but it's going to be pretty close. Body Hunter, regardless of that throw, is still in a pretty tough situation. A lot of damage coming to him in that situation. Niki is going to take it up 9-3 at this point, so at this point it's looking really rough for Body Hunter, honestly. I don't know, you know, upset victories have always been something to kind of look forward to, I guess, but, you know, in the reality of the situation, making up 7 kills as opposed to 1, I don't know how realistic it is at this point.
Yeah, who was going to get 7 kills in a row versus Niki?
Body Hunter, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, like, and it's not just a Niki thing. Like, the question was, like, if Niki was down this much, like, you know, the question, who's going to get 7 kills in a row against Body Hunter on Skolldir? Like, hey, honestly, well, there's a frag, you know, and he is pretty healthy, but I just don't see how he can do this. And he just, like, took nearly all his health without dealing any damage to Niki. Niki's going in to finish the job. If there was ever a situation where, like, yep, I'm free to take damage, it's this one. And he still doesn't take that much anyways and picks up the frag on Body Hunter. So,
his name is Body Hunter. Man. Yeah, like you're saying, 7-0 deficit, I think that's pretty hard to come by. Even in some of the most disparate matches we have today, I don't think we've had a shutout like that. Most I think I've seen was like 4-0. But that was still under some like extenuate circumstances, I feel. But in any case, that's going to be it for this match right there, 10-4 in favor of niki.
Indeed. I mean, there's not really not much to say. niki just kind of played a bit better. One thing I see niki do that I don't see anyone else doing is that he goes for he uses the mid jump pads on his stun predictions on the off the other person's outer jump pads and on the spawn kills. Like he hits the jump pad and then has his third hit coming out on the trajectory of the spawns and off of the outer jump pads. I don't see anyone else doing that. Everyone is trying to find those spawn interruptions and interruptions on the jump pad, of course. He's the only one I see consistently using the jump pads in mid to cut them off like that, though. And that's kind of the mentality I had going when I designed them. So it's actually kind of like they're kind of like almost like a counter initiation tool, so to speak. And so it's kind of interesting. I don't think anyone besides niki has even really fully grasped the dynamic that they bring in. You know what I mean? They usually use the jump pads to kind of screw around when someone's above or below them.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that, you like you said, you did design this map with certain things in mind, the jump pads on the sides to maybe make it a little bit surprising. And I did mention earlier that I feel like the mid jump pads, I feel that are being a little bit underutilized in general. Maybe they're not quite as surprising or effective, but they are something else. Like I said, I kind of keep harping on this, but at least it changed the dynamic of the game. Maybe make things a little bit less predictable. With the jump pad, hanging out around the glass platform. Are they going to go down and get that extra jump from the jump pad, or are they going to go straight up, or how things going to go? Maybe making a big thing out of nothing, but it is something to at least change the way that the game is played, at least to a certain extent.
Indeed. Anyways, I don't know about you, but I just need to put in the damage done, healing taken, and I got this beast set up. I am at the 8-second mark. These guys got their stuff bought relatively fast this time. Are you ready to give us a countdown, my friend?
So the 8-second mark?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I am now there. I am good to go in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and we're off, and niki immediately gonna get thrown off the bat. That's kind of a change of pace for him. He's going in, trying to see if he can find some hits. He does not predict the third jump. And that's gonna be a nice quake coming out from Body Hunter. Whiff throw. If he had found that, he would have definitely had first blood, in my opinion. He would have easily picked up that frag with a oily. There's a throw right there, and that should be your first blood right there. niki just kind of styling right there, hits everything, gets the back punch, and barely dodges that quake. That was actually really close. Throws Body Hunter. Not going to throw him that far to really try and rush the jump pad with. And Body Hunter's going to get a counter throw, do some nice damage. He's not going to really be able to contest the positioning. niki going to go in for the throw. He's going to miss. Now he's in a bad situation. He's actually, okay, there's going to be the mine there, the gnome, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And he's going to throw Body Hunter. He tries to go for the stun lock, but actually manages to hit the jump pad, so he goes back, and Body Hunter is going to manage to find enough damage to let the DOT last hit niki, bring it up 1-1, and there goes that. He didn't have his jump. That's got to feel bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be like I was mentioning last match, though. I think the first blood mechanic, or the first blood dynamic, rather, is going to be generally a very, very interesting thing, and very important to see how it plays out. Comparing the first bloods from both matches, this was definitely much more even, much more well played out. I mean, niki was just dominant when it came to first blood in the last match, and he did get first blood this one, but it did cost him a little bit more health and a little bit more time as well. So far this is coming out to be much more even. Even right there, it was 2-1. niki just coming out with the kill to make it 3-1. Not before Body Hunter is able to make it 3-2 there, though. But still a much more even match than it was looking last time. I think Body Hunter's playing around a little bit more with the match, or with the map, I should say. Like you're saying right there, he was utilizing the mid jump pad to maybe get a reaction, or kind of like the similar arc to niki to get a throw off on him. Map utilization, like I said, one of the bigger things that I was going to be looking into, at least coming into some of these later matches, just to see what's going to differentiate some of the players, because skill level wise, they're all at least very similar. So really, they just have these new tools to mess around with and to make utilization of.
Indeed, and look at those quakes. They almost look like the upgrade Stone Twins. That was so perfectly mirrored right there. Body Hunter going for the tech. I almost thought he killed himself. And he actually
So
based the throw of Niki and is now going in. I mean, he's doing some work with that play, but then I'm not even sure that if you can call that a bait throw. That's less Body Hunter being baited and Body Hunter just missing his throw and putting it in the opposite direction. And now he's just gonna get beat up by Niki. He's gonna pick up another frag.
Yeah, there we go. Niki again trying to do the prediction throw on the spawns. You know, when it works out great, but it also does burn the cooldown right there, which, you know, depending on where you are in the match, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. And right there, that's going to be another drop kill for Niki right there on Body Hunter.
Indeed. And ooh, that's a Quake. Oh my god,
man,
that was
off the
actually
wall.
sick. That he goes in, quakes from one side, uses the snare to quickly get on the other side and throw him, and just like not enough room for Body Hunter. That I can't believe we haven't seen that play happen so far, but that was savage.
Yeah, I know that I do something similar to that. Oh, that's gonna be a gnome kill right there. That chip damage actually coming to play significantly right there for Body Hunter. That was a little cheeky throw right there. I'm a big fan of that. What happened right there? But yeah, you're right. I haven't seen that play much where they, you know, either get a stun or a quake from one side and then actually jump over them to get a throw in the same direction. That's something that I know that I do in pub matches. You know, coming from behind or from in front of the turret to then stun them, go around them, and then throw them into the turret itself. It's very elegant and actually is very, very satisfying to do. So I'm sure that being able to pull that off effectively was very, very nice.
And oh, there's gonna be a whiff throw, and it goes into the quake, gets thrown. Niki has the sliver of blue. He has the sliver of blue. He can do this. He one punch kills though, and he knows it. And goes in. He gets the quake. He knows
Body
the
Hunter
gnome
trying to
is
go for
coming.
another
He
bit of
has
chip
to know
damage
that.
right there. Yeah.
Oh my
there you
god. I think those are the moments where Niki lives for. Everyone a lot is like, okay, I'm dead.
Oh.
Niki, especially. Okay.
You know, like I said, those spawn throws, he got it off, but also came at a cost. Niki was also able to get the immediate throw right there to actually just get raw damage on Body Hunter enough to actually get the kill on him.
Yeah, I think I'm scared of Niki most when he's one bar, because that's when Niki like thinks to himself, "Hey, check this," and like just goes savage. You're like, "Oh crap, he's coming, and like you know that all you have to do is like hit him once in order to kill him, but yeah, he ends up just styling over you, and you're like, "Oh crap," and you're just like, "Oh god, that's embarrassing." That's totally what Niki goes for when he knows he's like about to die, and it's always hilarious to watch.
Yeah, might as well go out with a bang right there and trying to keep a little bit more control of the situation with that too, because, you know, when you see a low health enemy, you know, a lot of people get greedy and try to go in and take more damage than they need to, if not die outright with or without getting the kill, so that's
respect to what we said about, you know, you have the option A, B, or C. The C is actually go in and try and save yourself. Like, Niki takes that C and he writes it in a Sharpie, uses a capital letter, he bolds it, he puts big arrows pointing to the C. Man, he's all about option C.
Yeah. It's good to see that kind of playstyle as well, but, you know, at the end of the day, that is going to be 2-0 for Niki right there. Body Hunter, you know, still able to keep his own in that case, but it was fairly a dominant performance from Niki, you know, going, what was it, 10-3 in the first one and 10-4 in this one?
Yeah,
so
I think they were 10-4 both. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I have checked. Body Hunter did not get more than 4 kills either one though.
Which, you know, all things considered, you know, he still played fairly well, but unfortunately when it came down to closing kills, Niki just was able to pull it out in that case.
And so with that said, we are going to take a short break and be back with our next match. Do not go anywhere, my friends.